Hello everyone. Thank you for your response to my previous video about shooting an expired film, which I did without any exposure compensation. Today, February 27, 2025, I will shoot another roll of the same ISO 200 Fujicolor print film, which also expired 11 and a half years ago, with the exception that today I will shoot them at mostly ISO 100 and ISO 50 on the camera settings. This is to intentionally overexpose them by 1 and 2 stops, as suggested by two of my viewers. I will also take one shot each at ISO 25, ISO 200 and ISO 400 just for comparison. Despite its age, the film is still intact and there is no residue whatsoever. I will take my Nikon FM2N manual film camera and its lens, the 55mm f2.8 micro Nikkor lens, out in the field for some shots. At the end of the video, I'll mention my findings and observations based on these film and shooting conditions. I finally had my film developed and scanned today by a photo lab, and based on cursory examination of the film strip alone, I can tell that this has a better outcome than the previous roll of film that I shot last week. This set of photographs were taken with exposure compensation of +1, +2, and a couple of shots at +3. And this is based on the suggestion of two of my viewers. The photo lab saved the scan images in this USB drive, and let's see what we have. And as you can see, these are better images compared to the other set of images which I shot before on the same rated film, but without any exposure compensation. As a comparison, here is the first set of film that I shot without any exposure compensation. And here's the new one, taken with exposure compensation. And they are definitely much improved, this new set of images. I shot this photo with flash at ISO 50 using my camera and SB26 Nikon flash unit. Although ISO 50 is already 2 stops over exposure, ISO 25 still produced an even better result. Here they are side by side. This is ISO 50 and this is ISO 25. Similarly, this one is taken at ISO 100. This one is ISO 400, which is -1 stop of my ISO 200 film. And this is as taken by the camera's meter without any exposure compensation, since my film is ISO 200. My camera here is set at ISO 200 also. This one is taken at ISO 50. And as you can see, the ISO 50 photo is better than the ISO 100. I'm not very good at post-processing, but here I'm using Darktable to see if I can still improve some of these photos. So this is the original image, and after an attempt at post-processing, this is what I got. This one, as I mentioned before, was taken with a flash unit. Both camera and flash unit were set at ISO 50, while my film is, of course, ISO 200. This is the original, and some post-processing done. Original, after a bit of post-processing. Original, after post-processing. So that's it for now, guys. The result of shooting Fujicolor 200 film expired for more than 11 years, while intentionally shooting them at an overexposure setting of +1, +2, and +3. I hope you get some idea also for your own photography hobby or projects, particularly when shooting expired films. And this also confirms the suggestion of two of you to my viewers on how to shoot expired films, and that is to just to overexpose them by 2 or 3 steps to produce good results. You may still need to post-process them, but based on my results here, my experience, it's not too bad considering the length of time that the film was expired. Instead of just throwing them away, they can actually still produce good images. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.